Hi, this is Anthony from Behind the Scenes, and I've got...
Brittney Slays from Unleash the Archers.
How are you doing tonight, Brittney?
I'm doing pretty good.
All stoked for the show?
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be a really good night. There's some great bands on the bill, and lots of friends and people coming out, so it's going to be awesome.
Nice. So in regards to the new album, getting signed with Napalm, how exciting is that for you guys?
Incredibly exciting. It's definitely the next step in our career. We're very excited to be on their team and for them to be working for us. And of course, we're going to continue to work just as hard as we always do and work for them as well. It's definitely getting us places we never would have been able to go before. The exposure is, phenomenal.
Worldwide.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, the people that we've been in contact with ever since we signed has been innumerable, and it's really fantastic, actually, all the opportunities that are coming our way now. So, yeah, it's more, it's exciting. It's really, really exciting. It's a new horizon.
Is it something you're going to be able to wrap your head around, or is it all just still too new to kind of...
Oh, no, yeah, definitely. You had to hit the ground running, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not too much has changed. It's just more of everything that we did before.
Right.
More interviews, more show opportunities, more touring, more everything. So.
Well, and you are embarking on a big, I guess a North American tour after tonight.
No, August 21st we leave.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Iron Kingdom is heading out on their tour.
That's right. Yeah.
I saw their big rig back there in the alley. Guys. We're leaving on the 21st, and we are actually playing in Japan first.
Yeah.
And then we come home and we do North America, and then hopefully we're trying to work something out for South America, and then Europe in the spring is, it's kind of all up in the air right now, but that's the plan. Yeah. I think so. We're going to try and get over to Europe in the springtime, and
nice.
And then, there's nothing really solid right now. It's pretty up in the air.
Right.
But hopefully, that's like our next step. That's where we've been trying to go for a really long time. Ever since we started being a band, we wanted to go to Europe. Right. That's just the place where to be. Especially when it comes to female-fronted metal, I think it's just a lot more embraced over there.
Yeah.
It's still popular here, but it's not quite. It's not the same, I don't think.
No.
And maybe like our genre, sort of just that power, heavy, traditional metal kind of thing, I think is also it does really well over there too. So we've got a lot of fans in Germany and stuff like that. So we really just want to get over there and play for all those people that haven't had a chance to see us yet.
Right.
Is what's important. Yeah.
Whereas the people in Vancouver have been fortunate for years to be able to see you.
Yeah, right.
So we're kind of greedy in that, but now you get to share.
Taking us for granted, I told you.
Hey, I paid my way in.
Yes, thank
I'm
you for
supporting
that.
the show.
I thank you for that, because people don't understand that every dollar counts, and that paying to get into shows is what keeps us going. It's what keeps us alive.
Buying your merch.
Yeah, merch is very important. Yeah, and even buying CDs, whether it's online or iTunes or whatever. We really appreciate every dollar that people put into it. So, yeah.
And speaking of the scene, how do you find the metal scene in Vancouver? Do you find it supportive, or is it a hard kind of racket? I mean, tonight's all Lower Mainland bands, which is fantastic.
We, when we first came over, it was difficult. It was pretty cliquey over here, and it was hard to get shows. But once you get to know people, and if you support the scene supports you. Really, that's what it's all about. Yeah. So get out there and show the other local bands that you care, and they'll do the same for you. I've always really felt that we have a good scene here. I feel like we're all just friends, not really, fans. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. It's like there's a lot of musicians, a lot of bands, and we all hang out and we all go to each other's shows.
It's a small community.
It is a very small, heavy metal community, as opposed to some places, maybe in the States or wherever, where, like Los Angeles, where there's just a million heavy metal bands, and I think you probably really have to fight for your slice of the pie. But here, it's very supportive, and nights like tonight are just a testament to that, and we really enjoy playing locally for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll be nice to get over to your new fans, as you say.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah. I mean, you always want to play
haven't
places.
Discovered you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
So, in regards to Grant's, I don't know if I can talk to him tonight, but in regards to his new launch of his label, Test Your Mettle Records.
Yeah.
And then on the album, you also have a song called Test Your Mettle.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
Oh, no, yeah, he stole it from me.
He stole it from you.
He's like, Britt, I'm starting a label. Do you mind if I use the name Test Your Mettle Records? And I was like, absolutely not. I was like, but I get 5% of whatever you make. No, it was just a total joke. But no, that was Test Your Mettle, of course, is a phrase, and it's spelled METTLE.
Right.
And that means to show your worth, show them what you got, kind of thing.
Right.
And so I used it just with metal instead of metal, and I don't know, maybe some people don't realize that it's not actually test your metal.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're not too sure what the word is, especially people that don't speak English. They would have no idea. So, it's just kind of a play on words. And Grant was like, I really love that. And I think, it means more than just a song. It's also about helping bands to get out there and show the world what they can do. And he wants to do that for people. So that's why he started.
And help the local scene.
Exactly, yeah, for sure.
Which is important. Because
foster the music.
Yeah, it's important because the scene can die if it doesn't have the support it needs.
Exactly. Yeah. So he wants to do kind of like a Canada-wide almost support the music campaign kind of a thing. So yeah, we'll see how that goes for him, and I think it's great. I'm really happy for him. We're really behind him on everything. So yeah, it's going to be
me too, because I'm getting all the releases from Asher Media, which is what Grant's releasing all of his product through.
Yeah.
So I have an opportunity to look into some of the stuff that Grant's able to bring out that might be new or interesting.
That you never heard before. Yeah.
Exactly, like the band from Brazil.
Hebrea.
Thank you. I once again forgot to mark that down.
No, it's all good. Yeah, they're amazing. They've been around for a while, but they've never had like a strictly Canadian or North American label. I think they've always been kind of a worldwide thing. So Grant really just wants to show them to the world and show them to North America and Canada especially. And he wants to do that for all bands. And really the reason why he's doing it is because he wants it to be about the bands. It's for the bands. It's not to make money. It's basically it's just a crazy support network is what he's trying to set up here. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it works if people jump on board and are willing to help, things like that. So yeah, it's going to be cool to see where it goes.
I think it's a great idea, and I wish him all the best with it.
We do too.
Now getting back to the female-fronted scene, like you say, a lot of it's bigger over in Europe. How do you find it? Because we kind of touched on that on the Skype interview, and you had some very poignant things to say, but I don't know if you remember exactly, like in terms of just it being such a broader range now. Like there's more female-fronted bands, and I hate that because at the end of it all, it's all just music. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's female or male-fronted band. It's all just music and a love for the music.
I mean, it's always been a male-dominated thing, male-dominated place, which is why we understand when people say this band is female-fronted, because it does make them stand out. It's a standout thing. It's a way to describe the music to set it apart from everything else.
Right.
So I don't mind when you call it female-fronted. What I don't like is when you say female-fronted as a genre, because that doesn't exist, basically.
Gotcha.
That's where,
That's where you get upset.
There's so many different female-fronted bands out there. There's Death, there's Black, there's Power, there's whatever.
Yeah.
There's traditional heavy metal bands that are female-fronted. So it's not a genre, it's just a descriptor, basically, is what it is. And when it gets abused and used incorrectly, that's when I'm like, all right, get your head out of your butt. Pretty much.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because it really just comes down to the music.
Sure does. And it's about music, listening to music that you like, and don't put up barriers, and don't stop yourself from listening to a band just because they say it's female fronted. Don't stop yourself from listening just because it's black metal and you don't like black metal. It applies to everything. Why put barriers around each other, or around our stuff? Why do that? Metalheads are so good for that. We just love pinning each other into little boxes and corners and things like that, and this whole elitist attitudes are just, it's a detriment to the genre as a whole and to all metalheads out there, and we just need to, I hate to sound so hippy-dippy, but we need to fucking love each other. We need to support each other. We need to...
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
Because that's what Grant's trying to do with his label.
Exactly.
That's what you guys are trying to do tonight with the show.
Yeah.
You're all here for each other. You're all here for yourselves.
Yeah.
To a point, because you're performing.
Exactly.
But you're here to support each other.
Yeah. It's all about, just be there for one another and don't be so damn judgmental all the time. I don't know. I guess
I like your attitude.
Everyone has their own opinions, and that's fine. And if you don't like us or you don't like a particular band, that's fine.
Yeah.
But we don't need to hear about it. But it doesn't matter.
No, it's valued.
Right.
It's your opinion and you're entitled to it.
Right.
Yeah. And you should be heard about how you feel, because you're going out on the road. The band doing all these tours and whatnot.
Representing female-fronted metal all over the world.
Or just metal in general.
Exactly.
If people can just accept it as you're a human being and you're playing with other human beings because you love the music.
Yeah.
And not about being gender.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Because sorry, are they going on now?
No, I don't know.
You want to cut it now?
No, I'm just really lost. Ladies, they've been drinking.
It's alright. Yeah, because I talked to, we talked about this on the other interview. I'm drawing a blank. I haven't even been drinking.
Yet.
No, I don't drink.
Oh, good. Okay, well.
Okay, in May I had the opportunity to interview Kyle, the lead singer for Battlecross, and he was talking about women in metal, as we have just discussed, and he said it's not about what you have between your legs, it's not what you have in your crotch, it's all about the passion and the heart that you have for metal. He says, don't tell me that you're a woman singing metal. Just go out there and do the best you can. You either suck, or you're no good, or you're good.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that, because I hate when people make a big deal out of the fact that it's a chick up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all this metal chick calendars and documentaries and books and
Revolver does that every month, and then they have a calendar.
Yeah, and like
and
I get it.
You don't see the women, or you don't see the men.
I know. We were just talking about that. I was like, where's the men's calendar? Oh yeah. I want to see all the hot guys in metal on a calendar with their shirts off and stuff. I'm not even kidding. I want one.
I'm sorry.
So if we can objectify the women,
let's send this to Revolver.
Yeah, if we can objectify the women, let's objectify the men. We're gonna do it anyways to the women, so let's just be fair about it. You know what I mean? Like we all think that way. It's like the whole world is sexual.
Yeah.
So just like play it fair.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but I just hate when they make it something special. It's really not. We're just playing metal because we love metal, not because we're girls, not because we're trying to make it a novelty. So just I don't know.
And it's not a trend.
No, exactly. It's not. The rise of women in metal. I get that it's more popular and that there's a lot more of us out there, but we need to stop making a big deal out of it. I don't know.
So how has things changed? Like, because you've been in the biz, as they say, for so long. Have things changed for the better, or they changed for the worse?
Like just with the industry in general?
Yeah, like how music is perceived now. Like everything is a genre, or as you say, a subgenre. They always want to label something instead of just taking music for what it is.
Well, there's just a lot more music out there, and you gotta kind of wade through the crap as it is before you get to the good stuff.
Right.
So it is a little crowded, I guess you could say, the scene. And anyone can put anything out there. Anyone can record an amazing record.
Yeah.
You know, $50,000 record just in their house with some MacBook Pros and some Logic on their computer, you know, or whatever. So, Pro Tools. So it's hard, to know what's good and what's not. But I mean, in the end, it doesn't really matter. Just find what you like. Try and keep your mind open to new music. It's really hard to do that the older you get. I've heard that, apparently. But,
well, I'm 49. I've been listening to metal since I was 12.
Yeah, but you gotta like really make an effort to get out there and listen to the new stuff. You know, like I love the YouTube videos where you can just see the next one coming and it gives you alternatives or whatever. You might like this, that kind of stuff. I love that YouTube does that because we find amazing new music that way in bands that I've never heard of and never otherwise would have listened to.
Yeah.
So love that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean the music industry it's bigger now, but it's also harder. So, but you just gotta keep plugging away. I mean, you gotta work your butt off, do what you can to stand out, and just work hard, play shows, get out of your hometown, go test your metal on the rest of the world.
Nice
got
little,
that in there.
nice little plug there.
Basically.
In terms of how heavy metal is perceived, I'm a very easygoing kind of guy. And people always say to me, how can you listen to that music when you're just so easygoing? And I always tell them, the best way I can explain it is if I'm having a bad day and I throw on a heavy metal album, it kind of takes all that anger out of me because the music's doing all the work for me. I don't have to be angry anymore. By the second song, I'm okay because the music's done it for me.
Yeah.
How do you perceive that perception of the heavy metal genre?
It's just better than everything else.
Well, there's that.
So much more entertaining. I don't know. I mean, I love classical music as well.
Yes.
I have my fair share of pop albums on my iPhone. I'm not gonna lie, but
that's how you can find the range in your voice too, right?
That's the thing.
Hearing different things.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that everyone relates to different music in a different way.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, good.
I mean, some people are really going to feel strongly about EDM or about folk music or about classical or whatever, you know. And if you listen to it and that's like your wow moment or your aha moment, then it doesn't matter what it is, you know. Metal is just that for us.
Yeah.
And it's like that for a lot of people, but it's not like that for a lot of people. So, you know, you just gotta kind of be like, you're not gonna get it, so don't worry about it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't love heavy metal, then you don't love heavy metal, and you probably never will. And you just, I mean, you can't say like that they're wrong or you know they're missing out for sure. But they're not wrong. They're just different, and they're wired differently. And so if people are like, "Whoa, really? You sing heavy metal?" and it's kind of like, "Oh, okay, you are different now." And it's like, really, why?
Exactly.
Why?
It doesn't change who you are as a person. You just go up on stage and sing a different. You know, you're not Adele or Celine Dion.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't think metal gets the same respect in that regard.
It really doesn't. And it's so just unfounded.
It's stereotypical.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because I think heavy metal has some of the most talented musicians in the world.
Yep.
Probably, you know, close behind is like jazz and then classical, you know. And, but I mean, there are very talented pop musicians out there, of course. And I don't know. I'm biased though. So
am I. Very much so.
Right. Of course. Aren't we all? But I don't know. It's just, you know, it doesn't really matter, I guess. We are going to always have to fight against that stigma that we're heavy metal and we're bad or we're
evil.
Horrible influences on people
satanic.
or whatever or things like that. And whatever. Honestly, the people that think that their opinions don't matter and they are not, they're not going to stand in our way or anything. And maybe they'll complain or whatever, but we fight for our right to party.
See, there she's quoting the Beastie Boys for those people that don't know.
we do our best to just continue to do what we do, and in things like Vancouver with venues and things like that as well. I mean, it's getting harder and harder to find heavy metal venues, and then all of a sudden metal or hard rock or whatever will be cool for a little while, and then everything is a hard rock venue, and it's like,
right.
Okay, welcome to the bandwagon that we've been on, for the last however many years. So, yeah, we're just gonna keep on trucking, I guess.
Well, I'm good. I'm glad you guys have found, you've got the initiative to keep going, and obviously the label Napalm Records found that in you guys, found something unique in your vocal approach. Who has been an inspiration for you as a vocalist? Like, who do you like? Do you pertain? I know you don't pertain to be anybody, but do you? Is there somebody that you grew up listening to that you kind of?
Probably number one would be Bruce Dickinson, and then of course like Rob Halford, Jeff Tate, Kai Hansen. I love Matt Barlow.
Yeah.
I love Jonas Heidegger from Dragonland.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Glenn Danzig, I just went to a show. He's fucking awesome.
Did you?
Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of people out there that influence me, but mostly, Bruce Dickinson. I guess he'd be number one. There's actually, I'm really big into this band right now called Lost Horizon. They're not around anymore, but the singer Daniel Heyman from that band is absolutely phenomenal. If you don't know who they are, you should check them out because they're mind-blowing. But yeah, I got a lot of influence from him on this last record. And lately I've actually been listening to Triosphere and Huntress.
Yeah.
So might hear a little bit of that in the next record. But
nice. And they've got a new album coming out in September.
Influences change. Iron Maiden has a new album coming out in September.
Yes.
So excited.
And they're going back on tour because Bruce is better now.
Yay! Cancer sucks.
Cancer sucks.
Yeah. But he beat it. We all knew he would.
Yeah.
Kidding me? He's the man.
He's the man.
He's the man. There's nothing that can bring him down. Nothing.
No.
He'd survive a nuclear apocalypse, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure.
He and Ozzy.
Right.
I think Ozzy already has.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Well, I thank you very much for your time. It's very much appreciated. We've had to cut this into 3 different segments, but Brittney's been awesome. So thank you very much for your time. It's very appreciated.
Thank you for listening to me rant and rave.
Oh, my pleasure. I wish you guys the most success with the signing and with your tours. I hope you generate a whole bunch of new fans from all this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.